on speaking on this matter. Well, Sam Omashaye concluded his statement talking about the illegalities going on, as well as not having elders really address this issue. Barrister Ekine, I believe you would want to respond to some of the things he said before we went on the break.
Yeah, thank you very much. But let me make a quick observation. I have observed, and then my workers here have also observed, that it does appear that Mr. Sam has been given more of the opportunity in terms of time, quantum of time, to make his submissions and assertions that I have had. But having said that, you are regulating the time. And again, Mr. Sam also...
We gave you grounds to speak, and you spoke. We gave you grounds to speak, and you spoke, Barrister Ekine. So please, make judicious use of the time you have.
It's okay, not to worry. I just mentioned that. Then secondly, when I take exception again, I can't be a lawyer and speaking on a program, and I don't know whether Mr. Sam is a lawyer, and then he makes derogatory remarks of lawyers. I would take exception to that and then protect the NBA and all lawyers and the legal profession. So I don't take on personalities, but I've just had to make those two remarks. With respect to him, I don't know whether he's even in Rivers State, because he also demonstrates his absence from the realities in Rivers State. And I think perhaps that's why you have connected me from Rivers State. And I'm not saying that I have all of the information available here, but let me quickly say a few things. Nobody would know except you seek to want to know what transpired between the Rivers State House of Assembly and the governor of Rivers State that led to the governor allowing the Rivers State House of Assembly to use any facility of the state as a place of sitting. As a lawyer, I agree that the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, from section 90 down until the end of the last section with respect to a House of Assembly, did not provide for where a sitting of a House of Assembly would be. However, I would not say that when a place has become the customary place of sitting and meeting for the business of a house, that is to not be judicially noticed or any other way noticed as the Rivers State House of Assembly or any legislative house. So the Rivers State House of Assembly complex exists, and they've been having their legislative business there. Some point, I also woke up in some surprise last year where the main auditorium of that complex was demolished, meaning that it's no longer in existence. The justification to that is not what I will speak to. I'm not a spokesperson for government. I'm not a politician. Anybody who is dissatisfied and aggrieved with the action of the government can take the governor to any court for that dissatisfaction. But that happened. That's a reality, as a matter of fact. So the House of Assemblies, whether in the faction, can't sit there anymore. Even the quarters of the auditorium in the quarter, is that the Rivers State House of Assembly complex? It's not. The way Sam was speaking, as if that would be justified. But one thing I know I would say is, it is the legislators that will, by a resolution, determine where to conduct their business, not the executive governor of any state or the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria in case of the National Assembly. It is only the legislators will, by resolution, if there is any intervening circumstance, that they can't sit in their traditional place. The question is, has that happened in Rivers State? Sam doesn't know. Any other individual doesn't know. The communication between the Rivers State House of Assembly led by, it is even before now, that's since about December of last year, that they communicated the governor to say, give us a space for us to have our sittings. And if the governor did that, for somebody to just come on TV and say, oh, the governor arbitrarily on his own decreed and directed, that's for that. Then the issue of even withholding local government fund. I had the privilege of sitting in an interview on a radio program where an explanation was made. I am not sure that he listened to that or others listened. It is not that the governor of Rivers State arbitrarily called for the funds of the Rivers State, local governments in Rivers State. Those issues are in the public domain. Your station, I believe, carried those explanations. And talking about the defection too, I am not surprised. I've also had opportunity to see a process where right now what some supporters of the defectors are doing is to pretend as if the defection didn't take place. But even your station carried. When it happened in the proceedings of the floor of the House, when Martin Amewule was the speaker, when they were all then in PDP, when each of them declared they are moving from the People's Democratic Party to All Progressives Congress. The videos are there, it's a fact. Then somebody now says that, oh, have they withdrawn their membership from the ward? When it comes to the legislature, this is the thing of law. The legislator that will differ from a political party to another is not required like resigning from the membership of a political party to go from his ward. He does that on the floor of the House, whether it's the National Assembly or not. He probably can perfect that when he goes back to his party, to the wards, to do that. But his membership on the floor of the House is on the basis of a political party. So if he writes to the Speaker or to the Senate President or a Speaker of the House of Assembly, or even makes a declaration on that floor that is no longer a member of that party as far as his membership of the House is concerned, that's it. And now let me also clear one thing. Unfortunately, in the case of Rivers State, the former Speaker also defected. Because if he didn't, then he was the one to perform the function that the Constitution required under Section 109, subsection 1 of the Constitution, where the Speaker would have declared those seats vacant. But he was also a culpable with that defection. So when the other members of the House that were remaining, whether justified or not, matters are in court. A lot of them are sub judice. I am not holding for any one of them. I am not a counsel. But whether it's justified or not, and a Speaker was elected by the remaining members, which is contestable, no doubt, and that Speaker did the declaration as required by Constitution and communicated INEC. Then somebody would tell me, did they resign from their wards? Are we joking in Nigeria? We should stop these jokes and stop to be partisan, even in our comments. But let us face the law. Until we amend our laws, if we're not comfortable with Section 109, subsection 1, and the remaining subsections, and particularly paragraph G of subsection 1, then we should amend it. Tell the Assembly to amend it.
Okay.
It's an amendment that brought it. The mischief we had was that legislators could defect in the morning and come back in the afternoon and go in the evening and come back the next morning.
All right, let's move over to Sam now.